Hello, my name is Armando Wicochea and today we are going to talk about pH. We need to understand what is pH. pH in practical terms is the measurement of the hydrogen ion concentration in some elements. It expresses to us the acidity or basicity of a substance. So for you to understand better, let's see another example. So pH letters came from potential hydrogen. Now we understand that the pH helps us to understand how or basic a substance is. Was logarithmic information. So for we to understand how much pH a substance have, we use a pH scale. The pH scale range acidic or basic a substance is from 0 to 14. pH of 7 is a neutral pH and a pH less than 7 is acidic. And a pH greater than 7 is a basic pH. So now, how can we create a pH scale? Well, today we're going to make an experiment in which we create a homemade pH scale. But before we do our experiment, we first need to talk about how pH can be measured. Well, there are two methods for measuring pH. The colorimetric methods using indicator solutions or papers, that is the one that we are going to use today, and also there is the most accurate electrochemical methods using electrodes and a millivoltmeter, that is a pH meter. And now let's see how are we going to measure the pH. Well, for this experiment we are going to use a red cabbage and also the substances that we are going to measure the pH of it. So now you must be asking why we are going to use a red cabbage. So as I already tell you, there are two methods to measure the pH, and the method that we are going to use today is using an indicator solution. So the red cabbage produces, when it's boiled, a indicator solution, and that's why we are going to use a red cabbage. So getting more scientific, we are going to use red cabbage because it contains a water-soluble pigment called anthocyanin that changes color when it is mixed with an acid or a base. So the first thing we need to do is to chop our red cabbage and add water and start boiling it. So as we can see, I already add the water and I am starting to boil our red cabbage for almost 15 to 20 minutes. When we see that it's already boiled, we get it, and we should get this substance that is blue, and this is our original substance. There are here some substances that I'm going to use to measure the pH as baking soda, vinegar, or laundry detergent. Also, I'm going to use lemon and orange juice. So I already add our indicator substance and the substance that we are going to measure the pH. As we can see, I already add the bleach. We are going to see that reaction later. Here we have the laundry detergent. As we can see, it became a little bit like purple with a little bit of red, and it changed the color. So here we have our tape water. It's common water, as we can see is a basic solution because it became like blue. Here we have our baking soda. It becomes blue with a little bit of green, and it's one of the reactions that awesome me the most. And we go with the acid substance. Here we have the first we're going to start to see the vinegar. As we can see, is red. It's completely red, our substance. And then we have the lime juice. As we can see, it's more darker. It's a red, but it's more darker, as we can see. And also we have the orange juice, that is the darkest red that give us this indicator substance. Here we can see the orange juice and one of the bones of the orange. But the reaction that also me the most is the bleach. So we are going to make another time the bleach reaction. As we can see, it becomes almost transparent. So let's make again the bleach reaction and let's film it completely. So here we have our indicator substance, and I am about to add the bleach. Here as we can see, it first became yellow. It really becomes yellow. So now I'm going to talk about a little bit because this experiment and this indicator substance, it have a specific pH chart. So let's talk about that pH chart. That pH chart of this experiment and this indicator substance in a specific give us the information of what amount of pH each one of these elements have. So let's see. This image resumes everything we have made till now. We can see in the make of the indicator that we need first to chop the cabbage, then boil it for a minute and create the substance and strain it. At the top we can see the chart of colors that tell us what pH amount have each one of these elements. As we can see, we can deduce that the bleach have a pH of 14 because the indicator substance became of that color when we mix it with the bleach. And also we can deduce that things like the lime juice, orange juice, and the vinegar have a pH between 0 and 2 because that were the colors that it became when we mixed it with the indicator substance. Also, we can deduce that the laundry detergent have a pH between 8 and 9 because the colors are a little bit with green. So we can deduce that the orange juice, lime juice, and vinegar are acidic substance, and that the bleach is an alkaline substance, and the laundry detergent is a normal neutral pH substance. We can also see the molecular arrangement of each of these elements. So that's how we create a pH indicator substance at home. You can replay the experiment, or obviously if you want you can use different substance so you can measure the different pH of these substances. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy and you learn something about the pH.